recently been appointed as an equerry to Albert, the Queen's prince consort. All the invited guests belonged to the upper echelons of society. The bride's father, Earl Howe, had been Lord Chamberlain to the late Queen Adelaide. The bride's oldest sister was married to the Duke of Beaufort, who was Master of the Horse, and another sister was married to the Earl of Westmoreland, who, along with the bridegroom, had risen to the rank of colonel in the army. Lord Hamilton's parents, the Duke and Duchess of Abercorn, were invited guests, not only because they were friends of the Curzon-Howes, but also because Abercorn was Prince Albert's groom of the stole, and Abercorn's son, Lord James Hamilton, had been appointed as an attendant to the young Prince of Wales. James Hamilton strode off with purpose. His sister's words had reminded him of his brief infatuation with Lady Emily several years ago. She took advantage of an inexperienced 16-year-old. He smiled, remembering. Lord God, I thought myself such a rake wallowing in the sexual favours of an older woman. Hamilton's thoughts were interrupted as two young people came barrelling through the arcade of the Horseshoe Cloister and collided with him. The impact knocked off his silk-top hat and sent it sailing across the ancient cobbles. "Now see what you've done," the boy accused the girl. He looked apologetically at James and ran to retrieve the hat. "I'm sorry, Lord Hamilton." James recognised Lady Emily's young brother. "Hello, Montague. What's the trouble here?" His glance swept over the young female who was sobbing her heart out. "It's my sister Anne. She's crying over nothing." The girl stopped sobbing and raised her head. "I'm not crying over nothing. She hates me. She called me an ugly Irish maggot." "Well, she calls me an Irish turd, but you don't see me crying over it," Montague pointed out reasonably. James hid his amusement. "Who's flinging these crude insults at you?" "Our sister Emily," Montague informed him. "Our half-sister," Anne cried passionately. James understood the situation immediately. Their father, Richard Curzon-Howe, had been married twice and had produced a family with each wife. Lady Emily, her exalted sisters, and 7 noble brothers had been born to the Earl's first wife, who had been English. The pair of siblings before James, at the moment, had been born to his second wife, Lady Anne Gore, who was Irish. James addressed the distraught female. "I'm sure Emily didn't mean it. I cannot imagine her being that cruel." "Yes, she is," Montague said matter-of-factly. "She hates us because we're Irish." Anne blinked as crystal tears fell from her lashes and rolled down her cheeks. "She's the one who insisted I wear this childish bridesmaid's dress. I can't help being Irish and having ugly red hair." "I'm Irish," James informed her, "and damned proud of it." He gazed down at the exquisite young female with her profusion of red gold curls. Her green eyes sparkled with unshed tears. "If you stop crying, I'll let you in on a secret about Emily." Anne gazed up at the handsome lord before her with the wavy black hair and warm brown eyes. She wiped her nose with the back of her hand and rubbed it down her frilly bridesmaid's gown. "A secret?" "Emily doesn't hate you at all. When she looks at you, she's consumed with jealousy." "Why is she jealous?" James took his handkerchief from his pocket, gently cupped Anne's chin and wiped away her tears. "Because you're as beautiful as a wild Irish rose."